Alright, the next two videos, chalk pastel and charcoal, are very messy materials, and most students kind of have a disaster if they do it on top of their grid. So we're leaving it as an option to do either on your grid or to do separately, an experimentation separately that you just turn in separately so that this artwork stays nice and clean. If you want to go ahead and do it on top, this is in a drawer. We all have to share the pieces, but I will tell you pretty much instantly, we want to break these pieces in half because it works a lot better. Same with the oil pastel, you want to pick out a couple of colors. They can go together or not go together, and then you're gonna want to pick out a neutral, and in this case our neutrals are black, brown, or white. You can do these if you're wanting to do the acceleration, like you feel very confident with media, over top of one of your boxes that you already have. Otherwise, you can get, I have these squares pre-cut for you that are 3 by 4. You just draw a design on here and you can make up how the design goes. Or you can pick one of your original boxes. Chalk pastel can go over the top of the ink. It can go over top of the pencil. It can go over top of the Conte, but I generally do not recommend it with Conte. All right, I'm gonna go over the top of my ink. So I put down a base, and I don't worry about being close. I'm just putting down color. Once I have my color down, I can add additional color. And then you have two choices for blending. You can either use the opposite end of your blending stump, and if you want to label this pastel, that can be helpful, or chalk pastel. Otherwise, Q-tips work really well too, and then you can throw them away when you're done. The nice thing about chalk pastel is that that ink will pull through so that you can still see it. And this is a lot of the reason why artists like to use chalk pastel for finishing work, is because it will show through. Next, if you look at it on top of pencil, it will do approximately the same thing. I'm kind of doing this quickly, but you'll notice the pencil is going to move during the blending process, so it's really easy to get this looking messy, which is why I recommend staying away from pencil. And then on top of the Conte, ooh, I didn't do my tape. It will blend and work with the Conte just the same as Conte does. The difference is you'll notice it does scratching, whereas the Conte itself seems to blend, and this seems to have pulled off some of the Conte. Otherwise, you're just on your separate scrap of paper, and you have a design drawn in, and then you're just mixing and playing with the media as you work, and then blending it with the Q-tip. These, all of that dust that's on there, you want to either blow it, or you can sometimes use the duster, but do you see how it pulls it? So a lot of the times I recommend not to use the duster. It also gets the duster dirty, but instead just take your paper and kind of flip it upside down and then shake it, and the dust will all fall off onto the floor, or preferably over the trash can.